Good afternoon or good morning to all wherever you are. Please let me know. We are glad to welcome you in our webinar, and please let me know if you can hear and see me well. How are you this afternoon or morning? Please let me know if you can hear and see me well, and we will continue. Please type your reply in the chat. Okay, hello, Nadezhda, hello. Can you hear and see us well? Oh, good. Okay, that's great. Thank you. Before we start, let's get better acquainted. Please type where are you from and what level of English you have, because today we are having a webinar in English, and I hope that you are well prepared for this. Please type your location and the level of English. And meanwhile, I will introduce myself. My name is Daria. I'm from UniVibes, and I've been working in international education for 9 years. And today I am going to moderate this event, and I will receive your questions here in the chat and address them to our guest speaker after the main presentation during the Q&A session. So please ask your questions in the chat, and we will definitely answer them after the main presentation. So we have Russia C1, Moscow B1, Moscow B2, so quite a good level of English. But where are you from, guys? Please let me know. There are quite a few listeners currently. So while the rest are connecting, please write us in the chat, where are you from and what is your current level of English? B2, C1, USA. We have someone from the USA, so it's quite early in the morning, I suppose, there. Ufa, B2. That's great. Okay, so I can see that you are ready to listen to our webinar in English, and I hope that you'll enjoy it, because today we are going to discuss quite an interesting topic of how to make the most out of the education in a private university in Germany, and how to boost your career prospects. Germany is the second most popular country of a study destination for UniVibes students. We all know that the education in state universities in Germany is considered to be of high quality and well known all over the world. However, more and more students each year choose to study at a private university. And actually, we discussed this topic and the difference between private and state education in Germany quite a lot in our social media platforms and in other webinars. So why is it worth to study at a private university in Germany? The main reason is that private universities prepare students for future employment. And this is the main indicator of success both for university and for a student. But private universities in Germany are not huge institutions. They are not multidisciplinary usually. And they provide education in one or several fields of study. Usually it's like business, management, marketing, IT sector, and engineering, or arts and design. They provide relevant and demanding educational programs, which corresponds to the needs of business and current life, actually. Students concentrate on practice rather than on theoretical knowledge during their studies, and professors usually have the relevant experience in the industry they teach. And also, private universities have a well-developed career support services, and they help students to get prepared for the labor market. They help them to get prepared for job interviews, to make the CV. They arrange different career events. They partner with companies and networking is also very important because students interact with each other, with alumni, with top management managers, and with teachers. Yeah, the most programs in private universities are taught in English. Some universities may admit students without Studienkolleg or foundation, and this might be relevant for those students who consider, for example, from Russia, and we have a lot of listeners from Russia and from CIS countries today. So you can, in some universities, you can be admitted without any Studienkolleg or foundation. There are few universities, but they still exist. And of course, the tuition is fee-based in private universities, but compared to other countries, for example, such as the USA or the UK, the education in private universities is quite affordable. And today we are concentrating on the topic how to boost your career prospects at one of the best business schools in Germany. And we've invited our friends to give more details about why Germany is so popular for international students. We will briefly compare state and private education in Germany. We will review the benefits of business education at a private university in Germany. And we will give the example of ISM as the first step towards your dream job. And we will, of course, review the programs, the tuition fees, the deadlines, and discounts for international students at ISM. And after the main presentation, there will be a Q&A session, and I invite you to ask your questions during the webinar, and I will address them to our guest speaker. And I'm happy to introduce to you Kola Kwakernak, the International Officer for Degree-Seeking Students at ISM, International School of Management, which is a top-ranked private university in Germany. And this is one of the few schools which accept students directly after the secondary school without Studienkolleg and foundation, and they have different types of scholarships and discounts available for international students. But most importantly, they help students to get prepared for the future employment. So Kola, I'm welcoming you, and please go ahead.
Hi, Daria. Thank you so much for this introduction. My name is Kolya. I'm from the international office from the International School of Management, the ISM. First of all, thank you very much, Daria and Univibes, for having me to give us the opportunity to show and say a little about our university. First of all, I would like to share my screen with you so you can see my presentation. I would like to show you. So, yes, let's jump right to the matter. We are very proud that we are one of the best private business schools in Germany, actually, which is, of course, not only our own point of view, but also suggested by several rankings and ratings. We have in this year 33 years of experience in education and more than 8,000 successful graduates. We enjoy unlimited state recognition, and our courses are 100% FIBAA accredited. We were founded in Dortmund in 1990. We have 7 campuses altogether. Our last campus opened its doors in 2019 in our capital in Berlin. So if you have a map of Germany in your mind, you will see that we are like in all the major cities. We try to be everywhere and have campuses all over Germany. I would like to introduce our motto to you. Our motto is international, individual, and inspiring. International, because we have in this semester students from 84 different nations. We are working together with about 190 partner universities. So there's plenty of options for you if you have a semester abroad or want to work with different institutions. to do that and to prepare your international portfolio. Individual, we have a faculty-student ratio of 1 to 7. That means if you want to enroll at ISM, about 7 people, so to say, will take care of you professionally right from the beginning. We try to take care of our students with several different departments. Daria already mentioned that we have a career center taking care of the students' CVs, prepare them for internships, for job interviews, and have several other departments who will take care of you. Inspiring, we think that life is not only about theoretical decisions, but needs to be practical orientated. That means you have to connect with the people, you have to talk to the experts, you have to get in touch with them. And we try to do exactly that. Of course, you have to learn. Like at every university, you have to read, you have to prepare, you have to write your thesis, but we strongly try to suggest and support you to meet the people, to connect, and to let yourself be inspired by us. In one of our recent surveys, we once again confirmed that 90% of our graduates find their first job in under 6 months. So we are happy that the ISM does not only have a good reputation in Germany. Yeah, you can come here, you can study here, you can find a job after your studies, but also internationally. That means you could study here and go back wherever you come from and still have good opportunities to find a good job. And to go for the best employers in the world, like PricewaterhouseCoopers, Google, BMW, you name it. So that's a little introduction to the ISM. And now, what will you buy if you come to ISM? Coming to the full-time bachelor programs, in our portfolio, we have these study programs for you. The ones marked with the Union Jack, with the flag of Great Britain behind them, are our all English taught programs. That means every course, every examination, everything is 100% in English. The other programs, for example, the Bachelor of Arts, Marketing and Communications Management, are 70%, 70% in German and 30% in English. That means you will have to speak German for that. About the English programs, you will need an English language proficiency certificate like IELTS, IELTS, with grade 6 or higher. The TOEFL will be accepted to 80 points plus, or a Cambridge level B2 will be sufficient as well. The same will be for the German language proficiency. Cambridge B2 is sufficient for us. The study schedule for the bachelors will be regularly 6 semesters. 4th semester will be the semester abroad, and we have 20 weeks of mandatory internship in our bachelor programs. Of course, the internship can be divided into several internships. Let's imagine you have already a bachelor. You studied something like medicine, arts, pharmacy, so something without any business or management related fields. You could simply go for our PreMaster program if you would like to go for a master's program in management or business. The PreMaster starts every year in March and has the duration of 1 semester. That means you have 6 months time to gain all the basic business knowledge you need to then jump directly in September into one of our master programs. That's a good start to switch into the business and management branch. Coming to our full-time masters, so these will be the programs you will be ready for when you finished the pre-master, or if you already have a bachelor with management or business background. Again, here you can see the ones marked with the Union Jack in the back are the all English taught programs. The others are the German programs. The study schedule for the Masters will be 4 semesters. Third semester is the semester abroad. And here we have 12 weeks of mandatory internship. Remember, in the Bachelors, it was 20. Again, you can do several internships instead. You don't have to take all the 12 weeks at once. We also have this nice program here. We have a double degree program. That means you have the option to share this program with one of 11 partner universities. You can only see 8 universities listed here. There was no more room for the 3 other universities because I wanted to show you this picture of these good looking young students we have at one of our campus. So anyway, this program meaning that you have 2 years of studies and you will get 2 master's degrees, one of ISM, one of the partner university you would like to choose. So actually looking awesome in your CV, getting 2 master's degrees in just 2 years. You can always consider that. We also have the MBA programs, Master of Business Administration. Please note here we do not have semesters, but trimesters. One trimester is 4 months long. So when I calculate correctly, after 1 year, you already have finished all the courses. You just have your master thesis left. So this is one of our fastest programs you could choose. Coming to application and admission, if you would like to go for ISM and start your journey at our university, easiest will always be you contact Univibes. So Univibes can contact us and tell us that they have someone who would like to enroll at ISM. You can submit the required documents for the so-called fast check. That means you can tell which study program you are interested in, at which campus you would like to enroll, and send your CV, transcript of records, and if you apply for the bachelor, your school leaving certificate. If you apply for a master, your bachelor's degree. So we can, on that basis, see if you're eligible to study at ISM. If so, you will register for our online test. For the bachelor's programs, the online admission test will be a performance test in mathematics and English. After this performance test, you will have a personal interview with one of our professors. It's a little bit like a job interview. What are your occupational goals? Why do you want to come to Germany? Why ISM? So we want to make sure that it's not only that you are good for the ISM, but also that the ISM is a good place for you. Because we want to make sure that your study experience is a good one. And we will then confirm or refuse your application. With the Masters and MBA programs, it's a little different. There's also an online registration. After that, you will prepare a case study from one of 3 given topics. You can choose one of it, and also you will prepare a presentation. After that, an interview with one of our professors, like in the bachelor's, and on that basis, confirm or refuse the application. If you passed our admission test, we will send you the letter of acceptance and you can transfer the deposit to our account. So we know that everything is in order and that you really would like to enroll at ISM. We will then send the study agreement and the letter of admission. We need the signed study agreement and the signed letter of admission from you. Just make sure you can send it within 2 weeks. So yeah, we are on time and everything will be prepared fast. If you will not hand in the signed study agreement and you will not withdraw it, we will of course pay back the deposit, but we will keep 500 euros for administrative charge. If your visa is, for example, denied, or it's something happens which is not your fault, of course, we will pay back the full amount, because the deposit is not an additional fee. It's not something you have to pay for. The admission, application, everything is free of charge. The deposit will be deducted in full to the first semester's tuition fee. And after that, we welcome you at ISM. Nice to know we do not have certain application deadlines at ISM. Just is that we suggest you should not apply after 15th of July if you apply for the fall term, and after 15th of December if you want to apply for the spring term. That's because it always takes a couple of weeks, mostly months, for your documents to arrive if you want to prepare for the next semesters in Germany. If you want to find an accommodation and get used to daily life here, prepare your studies, everything. So just make sure you apply in time and everything will be fine. If you are really late, a couple of weeks, we have a special service. We will stream our courses online for you. So if you really can't make it in time, we can give the option of online streams. But of course, it's always nicer and a little more relaxed if you can make it on time. Coming to tuition fees, we already mentioned, I already talked about the deposit. The regular tuition fee for the Bachelor and the Master's programs at our university is 5,700 euros per semester. We have a one-time enrollment fee, and the thesis fee is already included in the tuition fee. Remember, we have a semester abroad within your studies. We cannot yet say how much the tuition fee will be for the semester abroad, because it depends, of course, of the university you would like to go to. But this is not something we will, like, one day tell you you will go to this university or you will go to that university, but you can make 3 wishes, and we will do our best to consider one of these 3 universities for you. Tuition fee for the MBA program, this number is a little higher because we do not have a semester tuition fee or trimester tuition fee here, but a whole study programs fee. Remember, this program will only start at our Munich campus, and enrollment fee, thesis fee are already included. So these will be like the whole numbers for the whole study programs. PreMaster is, of course, the cheapest one because it's just for 1 semester. We do know that these numbers are quite high, quite big. So that's why we prepared some scholarships and financial support options for you. I will send you some more details. I will share some links with you in a moment. Just note that you can not apply for a scholarship before you are a regular student at ISM. I'm sorry. So unfortunately, it does not work the way that you go for the money first and then for the studies. You will have to be a regular student at ISM first, and then you can apply for the scholarships. Of course, it's always good if you have a good study history, if you have good grades, good study performance, and we will then do our best to give financial support options for you. I also bring a pad today, our discount pad. we have some little scholarships for you if you just manage to apply on time. For example, our early bird discount. If you manage to hand in your signed study agreement, if you're applying for the upcoming fall term, if you hand it until 15th of March, we will give you an 1,500 euros discount on your second semester's tuition fee, and the other discounts as listed. So just make sure you keep that in mind. Easy earned money for you. This is our website. Feel free to browse a little, look around what we have. As mentioned, I will share some links soon with you. And of course, if you have questions, ask Daria or someone else from Univibes. I guess they're happy to help. If you want to contact us directly, of course, you can send an email as well. I'm Kolja, the guy on the right-hand side. My colleague Yue is actually sitting right in front of me. And my other colleague Taigin is at our Berlin campus. We are all always happy to help you. Just send a message, call us. We are here at your service. Thank you so much for your attention. That was from my side so far. I'm looking forward to answer some questions from you and to see what you have for me. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much, Kola, for this nice introduction of ISM and the opportunities you give to students. Please ask your questions, guys, in the chat, and I will forward them to Kola, and he will answer them. And I have a few, actually. I just wanted to point out that it's a perfect opportunity to apply for master degree courses for those who plan to change their previous, to change the directions or something like that, because we always have students who has previous background without the managerial experience or some from other fields of study, and who would like to apply to business or management programs. And state universities, they do not allow usually to change the directions, but at ISM you can apply for a PreMaster program and fill in the gap in the knowledge and continue your master degree and to get the master degree on your desired field. It's a good opportunity for students. I have a question about the payment methods. Is it possible to pay in installments for international students? I've seen the price per month. And is it possible to pay monthly, for example?
Yes, you can pay monthly, you can pay every semester, you can pay all at once, just as you like. That's possible, okay. Yes.
Yes, that's a great opportunity for those who cannot pay the full amount in advance. So is it decided on an individual basis, or it's the opportunity for all of the students? Do you require some additional documents like financial statements, or students just can choose the payment options?
I'm pretty sure they can just choose whatever they like. Yes.
Okay, that's also great. Another question is for MBA programs. Do you require work experience?
Yes, exactly. That's quite a good question. You will need 2 to 3 years of professional work experience in the same field. Yes.
Okay, and another question is it possible to combine scholarships, for example, to get the early bird discount and then benefit from different scholarships for international students at ISM?
Yes, it is.
And can you just tell what is the biggest amount of the scholarship? Because I know that students are interested in this question.
Yes. Actually, there are different kinds of scholarships. We have 24%, 25% scholarships, 50%, even 100% tuition fee scholarships. So there's plenty of options. Of course, we do not have as many scholarships as we have students, because at the end of the month, we all have to eat here as well. But
Mhm.
yeah, I think there are really good options, and we are constantly trying to pull off new ideas how we can support our students. And yeah, I think if you have a good study performance and you can show us that you really deserve it, that you need some financial support, there will be good possibilities to be supported.
Okay, that's great. We have a question. Is it possible to study online? Is it cheaper? Are the requirements slower? So do you have online programs?
Yes, we do have online programs. The distance learning programs, that's a whole different section, but there are also several programs available. You can have a look. I will just see for myself if I can share some links to that. Uh, so I will go for the distance learning first. I will share some other programs links with
And
you.
probably can you share the screen with the links and information?
Yeah, maybe that's a better idea. Let's try this. I hope you can see on my website now. So these will be the bachelor's programs, the English ones. I can share with you. We also have the master programs here. For example, if you're interested in the Master of International Management, you could go to the link and see it will start in September, so every fall term, at our campuses, at all of our campuses actually. You can have a little introduction to the requirements, what you will need to do and to bring to start this program. And also we have, if we switch to this one here, at campuses distance learning, you will find our options for distance learning as well.
Okay, that's great. And as for the prices, they are the same, or they cost cheaper than the offline programs?
They differ a little. It comes to every program, yes. But there, I think there are good. There's lots of information on our website, so just browse a little, or you can simply write an email if you have a concrete question, and we will do the research for you.
Yeah, that's great. And actually, we have our online catalog at Univibes, and you can rely on it and search for programs available at ISM, because ISM is one of our partner universities. So actually, you give quite an international experience to your students, and there are a lot of opportunities to go abroad while studying at ISM and get a double degree diploma, or just to have a semester abroad. And in terms of the employment, do you have statistics whether students stay in Germany or they go abroad? Where do they work, and what salary they get after the graduation?
Wow, that's a lot of questions.
Yes.
Actually, I try to remember all of them. Uh, First of all, the options, the opportunities to find a job after graduation at ISM is very high, actually. This is something we are very proud of as well. Um, uh, because like people have good connections during their studies, and yeah, with the internship options and the preparation of the career center, they have good ideas what they want to do, where they would like to go. So actually, it depends on the individual people. If they want to stay in Germany, for example, we have several students from India who prefer to stay in Germany after graduation, but we also have several students from different countries who prefer to go back to their home country and find a good job over there. So there's all options actually, and if you want to stay in Germany, find your first job here after graduation, it will be a good number depending on which job you find, but definitely about 45,000, maybe 50,000 euros per year. That depends on the job, of course, and on your performance. But yeah, it's definitely possible to do that.
Yes, thank you, Kole, for the clarification. And I would like to point out that, of course, a lot of depends on us, on the students themselves, but the university gives all the opportunities and all the tools and knowledge which can be used in the process of job search and the future employment. But of course, it's up to you and up to your ambitions. What to do and where to go. We have another question. What bonuses does knowledge of the German language give? Are there at all? If a student knows German language, is it possible for them to apply for German taught programs? And is it difficult to get accepted for a German language programs?
First of all, you don't need to speak German if you come to ISM and if you start an English study program. But of course, if you have knowledge in the German language, that doesn't hurt, and it will make daily life much easier as well. So my suggestion would always be try to learn some German as well. We do also offer language courses here. So if you are willing to do that, you can go for the German classes here as well. It will always be easier if you want to stay in Germany after your graduation to find a job when you speak German as well. There's just more options. Of course, you can find a good job if you're speaking English, Russian, and so on and so forth. But yeah, if you really want to make sure that you have 100% of the options, you could at least do a little bit of German as well. If you want to do a German study program at ISM, you will need the Cambridge level B2. So it's not too high, actually. I mean, you guys speak Russian and other very difficult languages, so should be no problem for you.
But I would say that entering ISM is not very easy because you check the previous universities in the system and you are quite strict during the entrance test. It's not that easy, but still it is possible, and probably it is easier than to enter the state universities. But ISM is a very good university and but quite strict in terms of the entrance requirements.
We try to get the best of the students, and of course we do have admission tests, so we do not have to be too strict with other things. But for example, if you join the bachelor's performance test and we see that you still have some lack of, for example, maths basic knowledge, we will support and suggest some courses. So really at the beginning of the official study program, everyone has the same knowledge. So even if you think right now you have maybe not all the knowledge you will need to know to make the performance test, do it, try it, and we can suggest some options for you. And worst case will always be that we say, I'm sorry, we cannot give you an opportunity, but at least you tried it, and it's for free, and we are always happy to talk to people, talk to you guys, meet you, get to know you, and we'll see what we can do.
Okay,
Don't underestimate you.
that's great. Thank you very much. And Kolja, could you please elaborate more about the direct entry for bachelor students? Because it's quite unusual for German universities that you accept students right after the secondary school without any Studienkolleg and foundation programs. And it's a very good opportunity for those students who would like to apply directly, and most important that they do not lose or spend extra year during their bachelor degree.
Yes. So let me just share another link, maybe, if possible. Actually, we have a little a guide to our performance tests. You can have a look to later. But about the secondary general education, yeah, it is actually that simple that we have not that high admission procedures. We think that we want to know about the students who apply. We don't want to make it too difficult, and want to really see if the candidate is willing, ambitious, if he has the right mindset, and I think that's very important for us. And of course, people have to develop themselves. Yeah, we have young students here, and if someone is going for the bachelor's, that will be sometimes they will be like 17, 18 years old. So we have young adults here, and we would like to see what they can, what they want, what we can give them as well. So we try to offer as many options as possible here.
Okay, thank you. So please, students who are interested in the bachelor degrees, you can consider ISM, and it is possible to apply to ISM without Studienkolleg or foundation year. It's a great opportunity. What about the dormitory for students? Do you have some, and if you have, how much?
Yes, good question as well. We do not have dormitories on our campus, actually, but what we do is we help and give information, an accommodation guide to everyone who's enrolling at ISM. So we will always try to give all the information we have, so students can find their accommodation as easy as possible. What we will not do is talk to the landlords directly. It's the same like with the job or with an internship. Our career center does not talk to the CEO of a company directly for you, but we would like to flatten the path. We will make it as easy as possible for you, so that you can do it yourself. You can apply for the job yourself. You can apply for the accommodation yourself, but we will give you all the information you need to do it smoothly and to feel safe doing it. So at the end, you can say, I did it myself, but yeah, there's no problem to get some help from us. That's why we're here. And this is what we think, what this is all about.
Yes, and actually, as far as I understand and as far as I know, state universities do not provide dorms to students too, and it's a common thing for Germany to search for accommodation for yourself.
Exactly, and it will make things easier if you search for yourself. Maybe you're coming with a friend, you would like to have a shared apartment, or you want to live in a WG with many people, WG it's called in Germany, or you want to live by your own. This is very flexible here. You can do that for yourself and make sure that you find a good place for you.
Yes, and university students are considered to be mature and independent already. So they take care of themselves already when they are at a university.
Exactly.
Another question is about the accreditations, and I know that ISM has a number of accreditations, both local and international. How are they important in terms of future employment? Is it, how are they important? Can you please give more details?
Yes, I once again share my screen with you guys. This is our websites for rankings and figures. So you can see there's actually quite a lot what we already achieved. People maybe do not know too much about rankings if they are starting to study at ISM. But for example, the CHE ranking is highly nominated in Germany, and they made sure that we are one of the best private German universities. So that's just one of several rankings and good ratings that assure that we have high quality, that we take care of our students, that we support them, that we are here for them. And well, I think that's something that makes the study experience very special. And people, employers, do not take that for granted, but appreciate that a lot. And that will help you to find a good job.
Okay, thank you. Probably one or two last questions and we will finish our webinar. We have a question. Is Goethe B1 exam enough to study in German, or you require something else?
Could you ask the question again? I'm sorry.
Is the Goethe B1, it's Goethe test?
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it's will be the B2 as well.
So the requirement for the German programs is B2, not B1.
I think so. Yeah.
But it's better to check on the website, I think, the requirements.
Yeah, just make sure of that. And if I'm proved wrong by our website, please write me a message. No, I will look it up later as well. Actually, I don't want to tell you something wrong. You're absolutely right, Daria. Maybe you could look it up on the website, or I can write you later and we can add that to the students.
Okay, so we don't have any questions anymore, and I would like to thank you, Kolja, for this nice introduction of ISM University, and I would like to thank our listeners who joined us today for the participation in the webinar. I hope that it was very useful for you and you learned more about ISM opportunities. And please, if you have questions, you always can write us and email us, and we will answer all the questions, or you can contact Kolja and he will answer all the questions. So please feel free to ask your questions on WhatsApp, in our Instagram, and the contacts are on the screen. Thank you very much, Kolja. If you have some closing remarks, please, you're welcome.
Yeah, thank you so much, Daria. Thank you so much, Univibes, for having me today. Thank you to all the listeners. It was nice having you here, even though I haven't heard you, but yeah, it was nice to be here. And if you have any questions, of course, feel free to contact me whatever time fits you.
Okay, thank you very much, and have a good evening or good morning. It was very nice to see you here and to read your questions. Bye-bye.
Take good care. Bye-bye.